Once there was a day in my life where I could get through a video without fumbling on my words and without making a total jackal of myself. Let's see if we can do that again. Let's visit the old days, okay? Let's go. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday and it's been a busy day here in the Pixie Palace. Timmy's behind me eating his food, so you might see him do a little cameo in a few minutes because he always likes to jump on this table for some reason. Today I've been having a lot of thoughts and epiphanies coming to me as I've been cooking and working on stuff. Right now we're in the Mercury retrograde and it's going to be a very interesting introspective time for the next 3 weeks. And not everybody's strongly affected by the energy, but it does indeed affect all of us in one aspect or another. It's a time for self-care. There's a lot of trauma that has been dealt to our bodies lately, whether it's energetically or physically, or just lack of self-care as far as hydrating and eating right. So we're very strongly urged to take care of ourselves, especially the next 3 weeks, although it shouldn't end there anyway, but just more intensely, just to kind of re-energize our tanks, and that way we can finish off the year strong. This year has been very defining. That's the only way I can explain it. And I've noticed a lot of us have been stepping out of our boxes and out of our identities that we set up for ourselves. And lately I've noticed a lot of people labeling themselves. Well, before I lost my train of thought, I've noticed a lot of negativity on social media. What else is new? It's one of those things that people are looking to be offended, just to be offended. And it's getting to the point of ridiculousness. And here we go with airplanes. I try to be all serious in this video. It's really just not working today. When you label yourself or you put yourself in a box, you limit your opportunities. You limit your path. There are people who define themselves as Republican, or define themselves as Democrat, or define themselves as a business person, or as a mother, or they define themselves as a extrovert or introvert. And mind you, I am not exempt from this. We've all done it. But the more we label ourselves and the more we confine and constrict who we are, the less flow we have in our lives. I do watch this video content creator on YouTube, and he's a very spiritual person. He's maybe even more so than I am. He's very spiritual, but he's very transparent. He basically tells people not to just take his word for it, to do critical thinking and to do their own research and figure it out for themselves. Yes, listen to his videos or watch his videos, and even with mine, if you want to watch my videos and you get something from it, that's awesome. I think it's really important that we share our perspectives, not only about everyday life things, but even spiritually or causes that we care about, but do it in a way that empowers other people. Like if somebody's frustrated about the pandemic issues and conformities we have to go by, or we have to go by, even though we always have a choice, they're called Karen, uncooperative and all this. And it really doesn't do anybody any good, because the more someone labels somebody, the more that person's going to resist. And the more that person will probably keep doing that. One of the things I'm starting to learn, and again, I'm not perfect, is I'm learning it is okay to agree to disagree. It's perfectly fine. And it's okay to stand in your truth and speak up when you feel it's necessary. But I'm also realizing that I have no right to label anybody. I have no right to judge them because I don't know the whole story. I don't know their whole story. Even if they tell me bits and pieces, I don't know their whole story. I don't know why they're in that perspective and why they're thinking that. And sometimes, whether we agree with it or not, sometimes certain people are placed in our path to make us look within and look at what we're doing. Because if we're triggered by somebody doing something, 99% of the time it has to do something from within. So labeling people doesn't do anything. Judging people doesn't do anything. And while it's a work in progress, because we're all human, and fortunately it happens, the more mindful we are about these things, the more we can actually keep our minds open and learn from one another. You may not agree with everything they're saying, or, and sometimes you might feel appalled by something, but in that, what can you learn from that, and what can you apply to what you're working on within yourself? And I've noticed the more I'm letting go of certain things that are triggering me or have triggered me, the more I'm in the flow. The easier things go. It's really hard to explain because unless you're going through it yourself and it'll be unique to your path, it's really hard to explain for people to understand. It seems like things flow so much easier in your life because you're keeping that open-hearted perspective. You're realizing that nobody is a label, they just are. And the sooner we all realize that, the more that can become a natural state of vibration. Since we're all connected, when we judge someone and when we label somebody, or even do it to ourselves, that energy goes out in the world. It goes out in our reality and it affects our reality. And it also is felt by the people around you and they respond in kind. So this is a kind of a profound message that's coming through because I had an idea of what I wanted to say. I wanted to talk about labeling and not putting yourself in a box and not putting others in a box and not assuming that they are what they say or they are what they appear to be, because everything is an illusion. Everything we go through is an illusion. We're here to experience different emotions at different events, different people, meet our soul families, and learn about ourselves, remember who we are. And the less we label people and the less we keep our walls up and our defenses up, the more we'll be in the flow. And the more we'll remember how connected we are. It's a work in progress. Everybody has their own time period where they work through these things. Some people can get through it quicker and others it takes a while. And some things I've been able to breeze through and other things I thought I had it worked on and they'll just come back in another form and they would knock me off my feet. But it's okay. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here to work on. So the next time you're frustrated, the next time you go, oh, I'm stupid, or labeling yourself, or labeling somebody else, just remember, we are all here for a reason. We're all here to learn from one another. And it doesn't mean you have to let them negatively impact your life and invite them to suck your energy out or even tolerate maybe some certain behaviors. It doesn't mean giving up your own truth or your own self in the process. What it means is to keep yourself open and keep yourself protected, but also in a sense of understanding. Understanding is what we need in this world. It's the politics and the materialistic things and the hate and the division. They're all distractions, they're all illusions. And that is what the people behind the veil want. So the sooner we turn away from that and get into that flow, remember we're connected and support each other the best way we can and show up in our truth every day, that is when the unity will start coming in. But it takes an everyday process. It takes time. It takes effort. Nothing. The universe does not hand everything over on a silver platter. It's just like starting your business. You can't get rich in one day. It takes work. It takes showing up every day. It takes persistence. It takes passion. And it's the same thing for life. Show up in your life with passion. Show up in your life like you mean it. And I guarantee you, you will start seeing glimmers of hope. You will start seeing things change. But you have to be consistent. It's one of those things you can't show up just one day and go, yeah, and good, change everything, and then not show up the next. And again, you don't have to take huge leaps and bounds. Just do one little thing to show some more understanding, to show some more compassion. Stop putting yourself in a box and realize you can change your identity at any given moment. And once you discover that inner power that you have, you can start taking that back. You can start owning it, and you can start showing up for yourself. You're here for a reason. And the time is now. So anyway, I don't even know what this was, so let's just say this is another Pix vlog in the Pixie Palace and weird, deep thoughts by Pixie. Also, one other little thing of this hot mess of a video, I was going to do a little online grocery shopping, so you might see a little snippet of that, and the interesting food I seem to find every single time I try to grocery shop. I don't understand that. I don't know if it doesn't like me, but you will see what I mean. So, yeah. So, in the meantime, I love you guys. Hang in there. And just remember, keep your eyes open. Keep your heart open. And please, just know that you are light. You have your truth to share with the world. But also, empower others while you empower yourself. So with that, to know thyself is to know thy truth. Namaste. Hey Timmy, you're not getting at that stew. You're not gonna have that meat. Sorry. You don't even know what direction it's in. It's like right there, and he's facing that way. Yo! Hey baby! Oh, I love that boy.